What's going on, everybody? Danny here from the Threshold. I'm here tonight with Todd and Nestor, part of the Brewstock Festival. Behind the scenes production crew here. We got a massive festival on the horizon. Some major news that's really just been coming out left and right regarding sponsors and contests. This event's going to be amazing. So rather than me trying to figure out how I'm going to hype it, I'm here to get some details with Todd and Nestor. So, Todd, Nestor, great to have you guys. Thank you for giving us some time tonight.
Thank you so much for having us, man. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
absolutely. Danny, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate this opportunity to push the word about about the scene as well as the festival, man. Excited.
Absolutely. So some high level details here, and we'll obviously get to share the flyer alongside of it. But this is happening July 22nd. It's a Saturday. It's happening at the Rooster in Gastonia.
Correct.
And it's $20 in advance.
Yeah.
Outside of that, talk to me like I know nothing about Brewstock, because for one, I love the name. I've never attended. There's a really sick lineup and some really cool sponsors. What do I need to know? What's the history? How long have you guys been doing this?
So this is our third year of really running this festival. It all began when, well, let me just rewind, tell the full story of everything. So there used to be this festival that was held, very small festival, at this brewery in Lancaster, South Carolina. The name of the brewery is called Benford Brewing. And the name of the little festival that was happening was called Raven Fest. At the time, I was playing in a band, and I played that festival. And it just so happens that Todd was there, and that's how I met Todd. We kept in contact over time, and he loves music. He's very passionate about music. He manages a band called Witness Marks. He's helped them take off from the very beginning to what they are now, and they're doing great, and they're still up and coming. So check them out. We met, we kept in touch, and one year Raven Fest did not work out, and we had a group of people that we were like, hey, let's take these crumbs of what's left, rebuild in our own way, and create this whole new festival. And thanks to Todd, we created a partnership for the first year with Benford Brewing. And the team you see over here is the team that really helped put the whole thing together. We work as a unit to kind of balance each other in a way. Like you have the crazy one, you have the idea person, you have, we have each other to ground each other. And
I'm not going to go out on any limbs and assume who is who here.
Do it. No, I want you to. I want you to guess.
But see, now this is where it gets interesting, because Pete just joined us, and so there's absolutely no introduction here. So Pete, hi, it's great to have you. Thank you for taking some time to join us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna guess that you are not the crazy one out of the roles that were just announced.
I'm gonna say it depends on the day.
Depends on the day, yeah.
All right. So, well, seriously, man, thank you for joining. I definitely appreciate it. We're really just getting things kicked off. So welcome. Nestor's giving us a little bit of background. So 3 years ago, this all started.
Correct.
And if I remember my history timeline correctly, thankfully it's only 3 years and it's still kind of a blur. There was a little pandemic going on at the time.
Yes.
So what was that like, kicking off this awesome brainstorm of an idea in a pandemic, to now not only come out of a pandemic, but to have some massive firepower behind it?
Yeah. Peter, I'll let you take this one, man.
So initially, the first Raven Fest was one of the big COVID shows that happened, and it was part of the whole movement where if you played a show, we're going to blacklist you kind of ordeal. And so a lot of those bands ended up getting on that list that some guy was making. Obviously nothing came of that, but it kicked the momentum that we knew that it was still safe and people were still smart. Like nobody was really coming out to a show sick or if they knew they had been around somebody. Like we were brave enough to take the lead and let people know it's okay and still give them something. So we really didn't have the backlash, and we didn't have the lack of attendance either. Like, for pulling it together as we did, it went really, really well. And I couldn't be more proud to like continue where it's at right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and
really cool to see
I'll
so much.
add a little bit to that too, Danny. I knew the venue at the time, Benford Brewing, man, they were really open. They were ready to. I mean, they were hit hard just like everybody else, and they were like, okay, we got a big farm. Let's get busy. Let's do this. So they were the main supporters of us making it happen. You know what I mean? In the beginning,
Dude, we were rocking out next to cows. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was pretty awesome. I actually
The
think that
moves, the
towards the end of
breakdowns.
I think towards the end of the first festival, like, you know, because we had 2 stages. We rented a big stage, and then we had a stage that was already built into the venue. Towards the bigger stage that we rented, we put it close to the field, and I think towards the end, some people were helping route some cows that got out back into the some herding back. So it was pretty cool.
that happened.
I would imagine there's not a lot of people that could say, yeah, I went to this pretty sick festival over the weekend and ended up wrangling some cows, but you know, just on a day's work.
Yeah.
We aim to please.
Yeah, we had a lot of issues with the first year too. It rained we had 2 days. It rained the first day like nonstop. Second
Until
day
5.
was much better. Yeah, second day was much better, but it was such a great experience.
So this thing has evolved. You know, here we are. We're 3 years later, and we have a pretty big lineup that has been dropped. And so I can read every name, and at some point I will. But A Killer's Confession was the big drop within the last couple of days, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that is correct,
So
man.
that's a great name to have leading this bill. Have you gotten an opportunity to work with them before? How did this come about? And you know, what's the vibe in the you know, behind the scenes of having somebody like this come through?
So it all came to with the idea of always getting bigger and better. And the reason we want to get bigger and better is because we want to make sure that we create enough exposure and opportunity for whoever plays the festival to have new faces, see them. You know what I mean? We were discussing the possibility of having a national come to play the festival. We had a couple of names thrown out, and this one just made sense. And lucky for us, we contacted our management, and everything worked out flawlessly to how we needed it. We made sure that it was part of our budget, and really, like I said, it's to make sure that people get the opportunity to, you know, get that exposure they wouldn't normally get out of just like a local festival. This is a local festival at the end of the day, but when you have that extra firepower behind it, it becomes a little more, and then it becomes a little more exciting, and it creates a whole different atmosphere. It feels local, but at the same time, it feels bigger than that. And that's what we're trying to bring. We're just trying to keep growing year over year to be able to create more opportunities, because we're featuring bands from like all over the US for the most part, mostly from the East Coast, but we'd had over 100 submissions, which is, we're blessed. It may not seem like a lot, but to us, you know, that's for a small festival, it's been great.
I think that's phenomenal. And I mean, obviously to have the opportunity to play at a festival like this, where, I mean, it is truly a stacked lineup, right? You guys are bringing in, I saw a Nail Bite. I mean, you talk about some hard working, just, I can't call them kids anymore. I mean, you know, when I first saw them, they were kids, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, they are making waves. And so, and then there's a little local band, Nestor, I think you probably heard of them, Dying Oath, I saw was going to be performing.
Those guys barely made it.
You know, they've got that latest single, Ascension, which is absolute fire. If you get a chance, I would absolutely recommend that you look it up. It definitely feels your speed.
I'll see if I have time.
I hope you do. You might want to. You might want to learn it. You might even get a chance to jump up on stage and perform. It would be really cool.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Maybe.
Nestor, I'll take photos for you. It'll be a moment.
So, you know, kind of from the vibe of the music, it feels like it's predominantly heavy. Um, is there anything that, for somebody that isn't familiar with what to expect, is it pure heavy metal? Is it a rock festival? Is it, rock with some bluegrass? Talk about the vibe a little bit.
What do you think,
Well,
Peter?
it's this
Or
year. I
Todd,
think
yeah.
it's actually the first year that it hasn't been fully. It's not going to be fully heavy. We have the some local acts that are like acoustic country pop or country rock. So acoustic artists. We also have a band called the Heavy Hitters.
Oh
I can't
man.
remember exactly where they're from, but me,
Oh
Nestor,
man.
and Peter were like, "Man, these guys are great."
Dude.
They're like a R&B soul type, I guess
Yeah,
we'll
it's
say.
so good. So
But it's
Yeah.
good.
great. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, so we wanted to mix it up this year, and we're fortunate we did get submissions from a lot of bands that had not played before or never submitted before. So that was even an even bigger jump for us. So like we got excited because we got bands that nobody's heard of for sure that
Yeah.
we hope they'll love, and we think, I mean, we love them. We have a mixed variety of music we like as individuals. So for all three of us to say this band, we need to get them on, was like, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be fun.
That's really cool. And I saw Awesome Ray Ray's on there, and I mean,
Awesome Ray Ray, yes, he's a cool
you
one
talk
too,
about
man.
a cool dude who
Yeah.
just breathes positivity everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
I was for sure excited to be able to see that, and clearly talking about a genre blend from what to expect. I think that's another prime example right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying, man. Like our goal too is while we love having shows with our friends, because obviously we're a very tight community when it comes to like the metal rock community here in the North Carolina, South Carolina region and Virginia. We're also trying to make sure that we create new opportunities. That's the main reason why you may see some familiar bands that you saw last year, but the lineup is 70 to 80% different than it was last year. And that's why we're just trying to create new opportunities for everybody. Like the more bands you get exposed to, we do have some local bands, but it's about getting that exposure for everybody, and everybody gets an equal chance, and it's about showing your talent. And yeah, man, it's honestly one big family. That's really the best thing I can tell you. You're hanging out with your friends. It's a family environment. It's all ages. You go hang out, you spend the day there, you get your lawn chair, you watch some bands, you get some good food, you get some really good beer. We're gonna have like, how many food trucks are we gonna have there? Like 5, 6 food trucks with different kinds of food.
I'm not sure yet, but we'll have food. There'll be food to feed everybody for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 trucks, and then beer trucks as well.
Yeah, and we got some permits from the city to be able to be outside and have more space. We're actually gonna have an outdoor stage, and then we're gonna have an indoor stage. So we're gonna use the Rooster stage as one of the stages, and then we're gonna have one big stage outside as like the bigger area, because we're gonna have about a 500 people capacity.
That's amazing.
Festival.
And you mentioned the word that always sends chills right down my arms, and that's family. And honestly, that is what this scene continues to be and evolve into more than ever, in my opinion. Right? Like, and to think of where's home for this festival going to be, and for it to be at the Rooster, like, does not get any better and more family than that. Just everything that they're doing is just amazing. So hats off to the venue for opening the doors for this. I think that's going to be amazing.
They're awesome to work with, by the way. Big shout out to Michael.
Yeah, Michael's a sweetheart. He's been nothing but awesome so far, and I'm so excited to work with him.
It's gonna be a good time.
When Peter and I first went to meet Michael about it, he's the one that kind of just pushed us over the edge and like, let's just do it.
Yeah,
do something big.
Help.
And I'm like, we went back.
We did go in a little reserved.
Yeah, we did go in reserve, but then after talking to Michael, it's like, Nestor, we did something. We're gonna do it a little bigger.
and then Nestor's like, "What are you doing?" And then like a week later, Nestor's like, "I'm getting a national." And we're like, "Nestor, wait."
So I guess going back to this roles thing, it doesn't really sound like any one particular person is the crazy versus the ideas versus the voice of reason here. It sounds like you're all just round robin. Who's going to be the crazy one today?
We're all terrible.
We have our days, man. We really do have our days. But that's the cool thing, is that even while somebody may be having their day, we have 2 other people that can like bring you
Ground
back
you.
down and
Yep.
ground you. And that's why we made sure that this is not a one person show, because at the end of the day, this and for the most part, we're pretty in sync and pretty much like a lot of the same things and have the same. We agree, but we also put each other, on the spot. You know what I'm saying? When you have
Yeah,
to,
absolutely. That's how you grow, right? You can't stay stagnant. You got to be able to challenge yourself to think bigger, and but also have some semblance of reality, right? So I want to bring one more thing up though about the lineup, if we can steer back to that for a second. So, as many bands as there already are, I saw a little bit of a competition happening online.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second. Whose idea was that? Is that a new thing? What's the deal here with this band competition?
It's not the first time.
No, it's not the first time.
So I'll be honest, that I'm the one that has to push that the most. And the reason being, it's because they hate dealing with the drama that comes along with it. like there's always going to be somebody who's going to complain and whine about the process, somebody who's going to do something shady, somebody who's going to do something. And at the end of the day, I feel like it'd be really cool if people get to say who they want to see. And that's why we're just pretty much letting everybody be like, hey, just give us a suggestion. Who do you want there? And if you can, vote for them. And if you really believe in this band, share it. Make it, and we'll make sure that they're there. If they're number one, they're guaranteed a spot, and they're guaranteed a good spot on the festival. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that people get the band they want to see. So we want to give everybody an equal chance, not just the three of us choosing a full lineup. We want to make sure that we include, like I said, the family to be part of the voting and the whole process as well.
And so where does one go to be a part of this competition if we wanted to vote?
So there's two ways. You can either contact us on our website. On our website, which is ijiproductions.com/Brewstock. Send us an email at brewstockteam@gmail.com, or you can go on our page on Facebook, which is Brewstock Music Fest, and there will be a link right there where you can vote or submit your band. The contest is going to run until June 23rd, which is a Friday, until 10 p.m. That's when we're going to go ahead and the top band is going to be able to get that spot and make the announcement. And so you have a shot. Everybody's welcome to enter. Just be patient with us, because there's a lot of bands that responded and we're trying to keep up, and we love you guys, but we also have to take care of other ends and other things as well. But we'll keep on there, guys. You guys keep doing your thing. I'm really proud of everybody who's been part of it, because they're really hustling right now. And it really, really shows that they want to play the festival, which is even makes me feel better, because that means that I'm helping somebody achieve what they want to do. And that's a really good feeling.
I think it's awesome. I really do. And it's always cool to see whose names end up showing up in these types of votes too.
Yeah.
And, it just creates that buzz no matter where you're at. And all of a sudden, you hop online and you see your entire news feed of, that same drama just covering over. I can't believe you would vote for so-and-so and not this other band, right? It's as painful as that drama could be. It's also it's fun. There is an aspect of fun to it. And if nothing else, in my opinion, you look at all these bands that are getting plugs, right? So whether or not they take the stage, they're still getting plugs. And hopefully, the four of us aren't the only ones that decide we're going down this rabbit hole of, hey, let me check out these guys. I may not have actually heard of them before. And you just never know what you're going to find.
And this thing that we started doing as of today, we started releasing a little post of the top 10 bands on the poll, which it's a way for them to be featured, whether they play a festival or not. We don't have a big outreach right now, but you never know. The people that might be liking our page are people who may like their music, and they might check them out because they're in the top 10 and they're possibilities that they're going to make the festival. So regardless, we're just looking at ways to promote everybody in any way possible. And that's really what the whole goal of this thing is. Whether you play the festival or not, we want to try to help as much as we can.
Which I think is a great segue, because you look at this amazing list of sponsors that you guys have been able to secure. And
that's Todd right there.
Gotcha. Yeah. I got a list here of all of them. I definitely want to give them all a shout out right now if I can, Danny.
Absolutely, man.
Hold on.
Have at
Let him put his pimp cane down real quick. Before
My what?
Your pimp cane.
Put it down, man.
All right. So first off, I want to shout out to the Icon Pit Crew. They jumped on as one of our main sponsors this year. We're so excited. That's a big group of people all across the U.S. that come together to support what we do, and we're more than excited to have them here. For a third year in a row, we have the Hard Part Men's Grooming. That's actually close to my heart because it's my daughter-in-law's business. They do hair in South Carolina, and they've jumped on as anything I've been a part of. They've jumped on to help support that. So definitely happy that they're on it again.
They'll do your hair at the festival, Danny.
Yeah, they do hair.
Are you so I should just let this go?
Yes.
Whatever you want, they'll do it for you. They'll spray paint it. They'll help you cut it. Whatever, dude.
I'll be honest. Spray paint in the hair does not sound very appealing. I'm pretty sure my wife will kill me. That aside, maybe we could put together a raffle and a bet, and we'll see what happens.
There you go.
All right, and then we also have Lakeside Luxury Pools, Dove Cage, which really I thought was extremely cool for a local band to come that didn't even submit to the show, come on to hang out and support what we're doing. That shows the family, the community that we have here in the town. So we're more than excited to have them a part of it. We appreciate that. Fractured Beauty Stained Glass, and Creative Music Management. I know Missy and her team this is our second year in a row jumping on this with us. So we're excited to have them back again. We do have a couple of their Missy's bands will be on the show with us. Collective Consciousness Incorporated, Blue Ocean Delights. They're one of the food vendors that will be there for us. Crossbeams to Crossroads Creative has jumped on. He's going to be him and his team is going to be our photographer for the show, for the festival.
And I'm gonna interrupt you real quick there and just say Michael does absolutely fantastic work.
He does.
I'm ecstatic to see him truly just locked in step with everybody and what's happening down there. So
he's a big supporter. He's a huge supporter of everything going on, man, for sure. Also, the Misfit Market of North Carolina. They're a group that actually meets once a month down at the Rooster to do Misfit Market. Have up to 30, 40 vendors. Not that many will be there every Saturday, but I think it's every Saturday, one Saturday a month they're down there. And a few members of the market that will also be with us is Wild and Sweet, Gift 3D, Urban Woodstock is another that's actually located right beside the Rooster. So they'll be joining us. I think I've pretty much pulled everybody in that we've gotten so far. But I also want to shout out to Fusion Media Entertainment, which is a little thing that our boys Nestor and Peter, along with Mindy Jackson, have going on to help support and push many, not just this event, other events that they're involved in, and also to help push the word. Top Heavy Productions, which is Peter's baby, one of Peter's babies, and Rock Lab Records is my baby. So that's we're all involved in trying to make this thing happen, and we're appreciative of everybody that's supporting it.
It really is an incredible list of just seeing everybody coming together to make this thing happen. Really is. And I'm of course partial to Icon Pit Crew, having been around those guys for a long time and nothing but love from that whole crew. So very excited about that.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity for that, man.
I'm sorry?
So thanks for the opportunity to shout to everybody out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I definitely want to also go through the list of bands. Would anybody like the pleasure of reading the list, or is that going to be on me? Because just looking at y'all's faces, you clearly don't know everybody that's on this already.
Of course we do, man.
Yeah. Hey, I made a list. I made a list of the sponsors.
Todd's ready.
We have an Excel sheet.
Hey man, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for Excel and Outlook, I don't know what I would do in my life right now.
I'll let Peter take it away since he didn't have any prior. He doesn't have anything ready in his hands.
Anything ready? Okay. Well, empty hands. Todd can finish off the list. I'm going by sheer memory here. Obviously, we have our massive headliner at Killer's Confession. Super excited to have them on. That's going to be a wondrous thing for this festival and how it goes. We have Dying Oath as the band that Nestor should really be getting into right now. You need to pay attention to them.
I'll check
Counter,
them out on the
Witness
MySpace.
Marks. Yes. We have Counter, Witness Marks, Award Win, The Welcoming, Home for the Day, Keep Your Secrets, My Cousin's Girlfriend's House, Midas. Is it XX1? Is it
Midas
Midas
22?
Midas 22. I've never actually heard. I knew Midas, and that's how I've always called them.
Yeah.
You have the Heavy Hitters Band. You have Nail Bite. And I'm going to start dwindling into the void of
Inferior.
Inferior. Oh, man.
Inferior Design.
I'm on the spot because Todd's looking at me. My work crew's looking at me like I'm crazy.
We have the
looking at this list, you got quite a few of them.
He got most of them. He did pretty good. We also have Graveyard Boulevard, Elijah Ray, what's the Cardinal Endeavor? The Cardinal Endeavor.
Elderbug.
Elderbug. There you go.
Awesome.
We also have a Byron Gale. We also have State of Illusion.
We have Counter too.
Counter. Yep.
Counter.
Fury 58.
Fury 58.
I think that's it.
And I don't know
Danny, just to make sure we didn't.
I don't know if
anybody,
Award to Win was mentioned, but just in case.
Oh,
Award
yeah.
to Win.
Fuck.
I said Award to Win.
Award to Win. Yeah.
Okay.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, so again, I mean, this is a massive list, and so this is one day, two stages, all ages. If I saw correctly, kids 10 and under are free with a paying adult. Correct. So 1-for-1 match.
Yep. No babysitter needed, man.
That's amazing.
I did shout out the Heavy Hitters Band earlier, but they're on there as well. So
Everybody's so nervous about making sure we got every single band.
Hey, don't make me say them all again.
I will ensure that once we go live with this thing, if I need to dub over anybody, like I can see your mouth moving, but I'll actually scroll the bands or something. I'm actually not that good with text, so don't expect that. But we'll make sure we get everybody plugged. So, but no, I mean, really, this is going to be a hell of an event, and just a great opportunity at a great venue with what appears to be a truly great group of people in an amazing community. So this is huge. Again, I'm just a huge thank you to you guys for doing what you do to put on an event like this.
No, thank you, man. Thank you, because without things like this and people like you, then this wouldn't be able to happen. So it's a group effort. Like I said, it's a family, and without you guys, this would never happen. Without Icon, without you, without our sponsors, without the bands. So thank you guys for allowing us to be able to make this happen. It is a lot of hard work, but it's so rewarding, and it's awesome to create those memories and experiences. Last year, man, we had Home for the Day headlining. Dude, we had people in inflatables. What was it? Crowd surfing, jumping off.
Mindy was on a pizza slice.
We had people that came from where do they come from? Like Montana or Wisconsin, and they just heard about the show and they came by and they saw us and they were in love with every band.
That's cool.
So like random stuff like that. It's little things, but it's about the experience, and that's what we're most proud about. That we can create memories, things that people will remember. It's not the biggest show, but I hope that it's something that is very near and dear to people that go.
I don't know why, but that gave me an amazing marketing idea for you guys. So here's the pitch. All right, on the day of, I need somebody to dress up in some kind of a random costume. Think like the Statue of Liberty for Liberty Tax or something like that, right?
I could be
off of the highway. And just be like pointing to the exit of where to go with big Brewstock Music Festival sign, and just start diverting traffic. So that way, not just Montana is going to represent, but you're going to have just random passerbys, and let's just bring everybody home.
But we need to hire somebody who's like really bad at like flipping the sign, because if they flip it too much, they won't know where to go.
That's true. That's one person who just
true. Kind of like dance around. I volunteer tribute.
Somebody that would take $20.
Right. Yeah, and a t-shirt. Look, $20 in a t-shirt. We're good.
100%.
I love it. Well, guys, this is fun. I think the one last thing that I want to make sure that I plug is $20 in advance. Price does go up on day of, up to 25. You could get advance tickets are available. I think is it Eventbrite that you guys have for ticketing this year?
Yes.
Which is
Make
awesome.
sure you buy it from the bands, because when you buy it from the bands and use their code, they get money.
So support the scene. Go direct. Peter, Todd, Nestor, this is awesome. I'm really excited for you guys. Excited to see this thing come to life. Congratulations on a badass lineup and just a great event to come. So look forward to seeing you all there. And again, just a massive thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you,
man.
Danny.
you.
Appreciate
We'll see you
buddy.
there.
You'll see me there.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
be great, man.
We'll see you there, and you'll see us stressed.
Yeah, no doubt. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.